hold on to your hats, sunshines. Joe, buckle in, because this one, I actually fear I have the shakes. I've just read through this one again to make sure that I can read the words. Strap in. This one is titled, I thought I had seen it all as a doctor, but then Steve walked in. Story time. I'm a doctor and I've been working in A&E for years. I've seen some things that would make you question humanity in self. I can imagine. Like, A&E workers must get it all. The bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But nothing prepared me for one day I had a man walk in. We'll call him Steve. Instantly, I'm concerned. So, it's a normal night. People coming in with broken bones, weird rashes, the usual. I have the funniest A&E story. It's not actually that funny. One time, at band camp, I had slipped and sprained my wrist, and my mum was squeezing hand cream out, and there was like the little dregs of it left, and it splurted out straight onto the woman in front. Now, it was like a white cream, and she had a black coat on and a gorgeous bouncy black bob, and it just went all up in her hair, all down the back of her seat, and it looked a little bit suspicious for a short period of time, and we just didn't tell her it was there. So if that was you, I'm really sorry, but you did make mine and Mum's A&E experience a heck of a lot more entertaining. So this is when a young bloke walks in. He's hobbling and looks mortified. What? I know that walk. It's a very specific walk. That's the something is up there that shouldn't be up there kind of walk. I keep a straight face because I am what? A professional. But internally, I already know that this is going to be a story. And here we are today, everyone, enjoying this moment together. I hope you've all got a snack. No, actually, stop eating. Stop. What if you're eating tea, stop now. I take him into a cubicle, do the whole non-judgmental doctor voice. So, Steve, what brings you here today? No, that was quite judgmental, actually. That was quite sarcastic. So, Steve, what brings you here today? Yeah, okay, got it. My guy looks at me and mumbles, I've got stomach pain. Cool. I'm like, right. When did it start, Stephen? He is avoiding eye contact completely at this point. He goes, a few hours ago. Stephen, give me more information, please, honeybee. We've got an 8-hour wait in this A&E and you're giving if, buts and maybes. I need to know the story. You still listening, Joe? I just know exactly where this is going. So I cut to the chase and I say, Steve, is there anything you might have inserted? And he freezes, looks at the floor and takes a deep breath. He then whispers, oh, God. Whatever you think this is going to be, I can promise you my life savings, it is not going to be the thing that is up his arse that you think it is. Let's just take a moment now. If you're on TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, just write what you think Steve could have put up his own arse. Let's take a minute. Boo! Steve looks at me and he says, I think it was a gerbil. A gerbil, as in the marsupial ass furry looking thing that they have as school pets. The gerbil. I think I misheard him. I said, sorry, Steve, did you say gerbil? And he nods. This poor fuzzy little friend. What a traumatising time it must have had. He then nods. Now I have so many questions, but I keep it together. I don't know how. I'd have actually laughed in this motherfucker's face. What the fuck do you mean there's a gerbil, a rodent up your arsehole? I keep it together and I say, do you think the gerbil is still in there? He shakes his head and says, I don't think so. What do you mean how do you not know? How do you not know if you have anything inserted up there? You know? So at this point, I'm trying so hard not to react. This is such a girlies get in the break room. I've got something to tell you situation. I tell him we'll need to do an x-ray. He nods, looking like he wants the ground to swallow him whole. Yeah, as he should. Because this is abuse, okay? This poor little animal Was just going about his day, squirreling around, eating his nice carrots and lettuce and cucumber sticks. Next thing we know, wrecked him. And when the results come back, I swear to you, it was a gerbil. I actually have to step outside for a second, not to laugh, but because, I need to be professional, but just to process the fact that I'm now the doctor in charge of removing a fossilised rodent from this man's rectum. You know what, you signed up to that night shift thinking, hope there's no weird shit that happens today. I hope everyone comes out today happy and healthy and safe. No, rodent rectum. So I go back in and I'm like, listen, Steve, mate, do you know how long it's been in there? And he just shakes his head. He goes, I thought it got out. It ran in and never came back. Like it just set up camp and died of old age up there. Of course, I didn't believe a word of what he had said, but we got it out. He left, and I don't ever want to know how it got there. But all I'm saying is, if your pet disappears in a weirdly specific way, maybe you need to check in on Steve first. This is fucking barbaric. That is, apparently, this is a thing I have learnt today. Don't ask me how. It's called... Joe, cover your ears. Grandma, turn off. It's called gerbling. It's a thing that people do. And if you go onto TikTok and search gerbil ling x-ray, you'll see pictures of the x-rays that people have. Now listen, I'm not going to kink shame anyone, ever. What for you, Jordan, what?
I've just Googled it.
What?
And it is a real thing.
Yeah, it is a real thing. Jordan has just Googled gerbling, and it is a real thing that people do. Now, I'm not here to kink shame anyone.
Not just gerbils.
Sorry?
It's not just gerbils.
What else is it?
Other small, live animals. I thought they'd be dead at least.
Read a book. Do some volunteer work. Don't do that. That's bizarre. I'm not here to kink shame, but I'm shame on you. Big shame on you. That's fucking vile. Enjoy that area of your body in whatever means you feel necessary. Do not bring live animals into this situation at all. I check out Ann Summers. I'm sure they've got something that'll tickle your pickle. Oh, good God. That is fucking vile. That is absolutely disgusting. And I feel so sorry for the gerbil, for one, deserved a better life. And also for you, the doctor that's had to do that. How do you get that out? Is it a tweezer's job? Do it pinch?
I don't know, because you don't want to...
You don't want to pull it...
cause it any harm if it's still alive.
Jordan, it wouldn't still be alive, be for real.
Google says the practices of live animals.
Yeah, of live animals, but I'm sure it's not staying up there for a long time. I can't believe this is where this podcast has gone. Right.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.